Hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight's yin class, day 3 of our retreat for immunity. Love that you're here, and if you've been doing all the classes, thank you so much for participating. And I hope that you're really beginning to feel some of the benefits physically and mentally of these practices, and just spending a little more time dedicated at home to our home practice. So glad you're doing that. And we've been focusing on how we can use something as simple as our breath. Milo is also joining us tonight, and Hako. We've been learning how we can use something so simple as our breath to really change our state of being. And yesterday we focused on our gut and our stomach, and we focused on how we process our thoughts, and specifically towards overthinking and anxiety, and how to begin to just observe ourselves without judgment of those thoughts. Today we focus on our liver. So our liver is heavily affected by our emotions, and particularly it harbors frustration, anger, and irritability, very tense emotions. And it also is affected by old stagnant emotions, so a buildup maybe, or a lot of old emotions. But that also affects our entire body. So they all carry that energy that we need to release out of the body. I've heard before the saying that we have issues in our tissues, meaning the body holds the energy of emotions that we haven't dealt with. And so tonight's poses will not only be helping the body to release toxins and waste, but it will also be helping release some of the energy from those emotions. So if you're just joining, grab a comfortable seat or laying down, and let's set that intention tonight to release any of those frustrations, those old emotions, or releasing just anything that doesn't serve our higher self. By releasing this, we make more room and energy to be adaptable, to be able to let go and go with the flow. Let's tune into the breath, tune that focus internally. Choose to remove distractions for yourself and just come into the present moment. Let's follow our inhales deep through the nose, down to the belly. Feel the ribs. Inhale, keep filling the chest. Exhale, deflate the chest, the ribs, the belly. Again, one more time, nice slow stream. Inhale, fill the belly, fill the ribs, fill the chest. Exhale, slow stream, deflate the chest, the ribs, the belly. Let's take a nice full inhale here. Exhale, mouth open, sigh it out. Let's do that one more time. Really bring that navel all the way into the spine on that exhale. So inhale fully through the nose, and exhale, sigh it out. Press it all out. Beautiful. Begin to move just a bit. Let's inhale, bring the arms up. Interlace the fingers if you'd like. Reach up. Maybe open the chest. Arch the back. Maybe look up. And exhale, twist to the right. Left knee comes to right. Left hand comes to right knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, open the chest into the twist. Inhale, full belly breath. Then let's exhale, sigh it out, deepen the twist. Let's come back to center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Nice slow motion still. Reach up, arch the back. Open the chest, look up. Inhale. Exhale, come down, other side. Right hand meets left knee. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, open the chest. Inhale, full belly here. Exhale, sigh it out, deepen the twist. Let's inhale, come back to center, moving nice and slow still. One more time. Reach up and open. You look up gently. Exhale, we're going to move right into our first pose, which is wide child's pose. So if you already know that you would like a cushion underneath the hips between the feet, that's fine. We're changing up the pose a little bit tonight. So start to set your base. Go ahead and bring the knees wider than the hips or as wide as the mat. Then you're going to place and set the hips all the way down where you're comfortable. Right hand places down. And go ahead and take the left arm all the way through till you're coming to lay kind of on the back of that shoulder. And you can then bring the head down on the side of the mat or place a pillow here. So place one of your cushions or a pillow underneath the head. Give yourself some support. You can keep the hand where it is here, or if you'd like to deepen your twist and intensify, go ahead and bring the palms together, interlace the fingers, then straighten that top arm to prop up that top shoulder, rolling a little bit more into the back of the head. This should be opening the chest, deepening the twist. You can kind of softly lock that elbow. And then find your edge here. Find where you're comfortable in your variation. Connect with that deep belly breath. Again, we decide to be present in our breath. We decide to be still. As you know, we've been talking about detoxing the body and releasing. And that's bringing an awareness that everything has energy. Everything carries an energy. So maybe we can think tonight, what can I detox from my life physically? What maybe physical item can I release from my life that isn't bringing me my best energy? Maybe that's something as simple as decluttering a closet or a drawer. There's a piece of furniture that for you holds some not as nice energy in your home. Maybe that's food. It could be anything, but just take a moment, staying present in our breath. Have a clear mind to think, what could I detox from my life physically? Go ahead and take 3 full breaths before coming out of this pose. Really feel the belly fill up and relax here. Maybe see if you can fill up the back ribs. Expand on the inhale, exhale, release. After your last exhale, gently untangle the hands, bring right hand back to the mat and gently bring yourself back up. We're going to take a moment to reset. So bring the knees back to center. Maybe come all the way up to tabletop or walk yourself right into a nice gentle up dog here. Do the low back release, maybe open the shoulders, open the chest. Again, do what feels best for you in between the poses. And then we're going to come right back into coming to the other side. So toes come together, knees as wide as you're comfortable. Sink the hips back. This time, left hand props out, right arm comes underneath. I'm going to do the same side, so I'm continue to face you guys. And then again, find your modifications on this side where your arm is most comfortable. Maybe it's over the head. Or again, we interlace the fingers, straighten that top arm to prop open the shoulder and chest. Rolling on towards the back of the head. Connect with your deep belly breath. Find your stillness. Remembering the deeper we breathe, the more we're getting out of every pose. And here, maybe we can think, is there something I could detox from my life mentally? Is there a thought pattern that's not serving me? Or maybe it's just a single thought about yourself, about a situation. Is this thought about something serving you towards peace or towards frustration? What can we release mentally? Maybe this is also just something as simple as detoxing what we feed ourselves mentally. So that's through what we're scrolling through on our phone. Maybe a chance to detox and declutter our Facebook feed or Instagram. On your exhales, just continue to ask yourself, what can I detox myself mentally? And let's go ahead and take 3 full breaths. Again, filling up every space we can. Exhale, releasing. After your last exhale, again bringing left hand to the mat, gently pressing yourself up. And take your time to reset. Bring the knees together. Maybe slowly come up to table. Or walk yourself to a nice gentle up dog. This leads us right into our next pose. We're coming into Sphinx pose. So we bring our belly to the mat. Bottom half of the body begins to relax as we ground the hips right into the mat. Elbows come below the shoulders, or place a cushion under the chest, between the elbows and the chest. If this is too intense of an angle, again, move the arms out a little further away from the body, or keep the elbows in, keep the fingers spread wide. Keep those shoulder blades pressing together to open the chest. Give a gentle tuck to the chin here, keeping the neck long and neutral. Let's inhale, feel that belly press against the mat. Now we can ask ourselves, what can I detox from my life emotionally? And this is not to mean what emotion can I do without, because all emotions are natural and meant to have as signals for ourselves. But more or less, what is an old emotion still stagnant in my body, or that I could release, that is not serving me any purpose? Maybe this is an old grudge, an unforgiveness. Maybe this is a feeling about ourselves, or guilt. Again, this energy of our emotion weighs so heavy in our body. So we need them to surface and we need them to release. What can I detox from my life emotionally? And as we've considered all of these things, think of one of those things that resonates with you. Let's inhale together, deep to the belly, and exhale, release it. Think of how light you feel when we let go. We hold on to certain frustrations or feelings or thoughts because they are familiar and comfortable. But that same feeling, once we've cleaned out a closet, or that feeling of forgiveness, just remember how good it feels to let go. Let's go ahead and take 3 full breaths together. Every exhale, opening the chest more. After your last exhale, let's drop the chest all the way down to the mat. Bring the hands down to the side. Rest the face or the forehead on the mat. Take 1 full belly breath. Feel it press against the mat. Inhale. Exhale, release. Reset here. Maybe you want to wiggle the hips gently side to side. Maybe you want to bring the feet up and drop them from side to side. Wherever you are, let's take 1 more full breath again together. Inhale. Exhale, release. Let's begin to press ourselves back up slowly. Next, we're coming into pigeon pose. So if you want to join me in table, begin to reset. Maybe you want to sway the hips or the ribs from side to side. Then we're going to bring the hands forward, and we're going to bring the right knee forward towards the wrist and send that left leg all the way back. Press into the hands, lift the hips to find that center. Find where our spine is not curving. Place a pillow underneath that hip if you're still lifted, and then come on down. Maybe use a pillow under the chest or under the forehead, or just bring the forehead right to the hands. Again, anywhere you're feeling tension between you and the ground, whether that's the knees, hips, chest, neck, place a blanket or a pillow there. Let's find our deep breath. Feel that belly, again, relax to press against the leg or fall between the thigh. Exhale, be heavy. And as we consider that feeling of letting go and how light we feel, how good that feels. And then the day goes on and things happen out of our control. And if you're like me, once I let go of something I think should be smooth sailing from here, and then something happens, and I want to come into a bubble of protecting that feeling I have, that lightness. Or we feel that frustration again, and we try to find a way to gain control. But the reality is, we live in a world full of potential stressors and distractions, these invaders of our peace. Things happen out of our control that affect us. So life is not always that smooth sailing. Instead, it is constant waves that we need to ride. Constantly choosing to release. Let's go ahead and take 3 full breaths here. See if we can expand to the belly, into the ribs, to the back. Exhale, be heavier in the mat. Relax a little bit more. After your last exhale, gently bring the hands up, walk the body back. We're going through a little different series of poses tonight, so not coming right into the other side. But if you're comfortable to follow me right into the next position, unless you need something else in between, we can keep the knee forward, and we're going to swing that left leg all the way around to come onto the outside of the right thigh. I'll twist a little bit here so you can see me better. So this is the full version of our twist that we're coming into. If this is not available for you, you can always grab a pillow and put some height under the hips here. So sit down on a pillow and see if that helps. Or you can straighten your right leg. and that's also fine. So two other options there for you. If you're comfortable in the full variation here, we go ahead and take the right arm, wrap it around the left knee, give a gentle hug in to start that twist happening. And then we're not going to come into a full twist like we would normally in a class, just something gentle where you can kind of keep yourself seated and supported. So then we bring the arm behind it just to help prop open the shoulder, not to fall back on our arm. So stay as only as much twisted as you're comfortable to just place the hand down and stay balanced. And then let's find that full belly breath. Maybe it presses against the thigh. Exhale, maybe allow the eyes to close. Your gaze can be forward or following your left shoulder, up to you. Just find your deep breath. Energetically, you're always thinking to inhale for a longer spine, a fuller breath. To exhale, relax into the twist. So in these moments of acceptance and riding these waves, we either choose frustration or we choose to adapt. We choose to ride those waves. To let go and go with the flow. To be in a constant state of catching and releasing. We can think that this is exactly how our body works, how our breath works. It accepts and catches everything we throw at it, keeps what it needs, and releases the rest. It is in that constant state of catching and releasing. We are meant to be the same. Let's go ahead and take 3 full breaths here. After your exhale, if you'd like to stay with me, transitioning right into the next pose, or if your hips need a break, please do so. Otherwise, we're coming out of the twist nice and slow, and we're just going to bring that left knee right on top of the right. Another option here, if this is too much, to grab a pillow and sit right on top of a pillow to give yourself that height underneath of the hips, and then placing the feet on the outside of the pillow or the hips. If this is still too much for you, you can just come cross-legged, maybe being aware that your left is on the outside or on top, if you also can be in half lotus. So otherwise, we come here. If you're in the full variation, I like to press on the feet, maybe wiggle the hips to find the very bottom of my sit bones. And then from here, take a gentle tuck of the chin, and we're just going to slowly start to walk the hands forward. Sitting upright might be exactly where you need to stay. So if that is intense for you right here, stay just sitting upright, hands gently in the lap. Otherwise, we keep the hands wide and maybe slowly walk them out until you find your appropriate edge. Then we find that relaxed belly, relaxed shoulders, relaxed face. And we think of that first step of catching and releasing is accepting reality. It is accepting what is. Our frustrations come from not accepting what is right in front of us, fighting reality. This includes accepting how we feel, what we think. Being able to just observe our reactions internally without judging them. We cannot will away a thought or a feeling just because we don't want it to be there. We first must accept right where we are, or accept what is happening. Then we can follow the steps of accepting, feeling, observing, and releasing. We first must accept. Let's take 3 full breaths here. After your exhale, gently walk the hands back. Maybe bring them behind the shoulders, unwind the legs, bring the feet wide as the hips, and let's just feel the knees drop side to side. Our body a little reset here before coming into the other side. So only when you feel ready, we're coming into the other side, starting in pigeon pose again. So this time our left knee is forward. We're bringing the right leg all the way behind. Again, pressing on our hands to first find our hip center where we don't feel that curve in the back. Place our pillow underneath the hips. It may be different side to side. And then gently walk the hands down. Grab any support you'd like to under the chest or under the forehead. Settle in. Find that deep belly breath. Find your stillness. For these next few poses, I'm going to begin to be reading you some affirmations. This is just something that you can repeat silently to yourself or out loud if you're comfortable and at home. But allow yourself to say them with feeling. And maybe they connect with you, maybe they don't, or maybe with time it begins to sink in. But again, just observe your reactions. Our first affirmation you can say to yourself is, I am ready to release whatever is meant to go. I am ready to release whatever is meant to go. those words sink in with your breath. Inhaling, exhaling. I am ready to release whatever is meant to go. And let's go ahead and take 3 of your fullest breaths, remembering to find whatever space we can in the belly and in the back. Exhale, relaxing. After your last exhale, again, slowly, gently walking the hands back up and either staying with me into transition into our twist or taking any reset that you need. So again, we'll keep that left knee coming forward. Right leg swings nice and slow all the way around to the outside. Sole of the foot comes to the outside of that left thigh. I'll twist again to face you a bit here. Either grab whatever height you'd like to for underneath the sit bones or straighten out that bottom leg. Either way, find both sit bones even and grounded here. Let's wrap the left arm around the knee. Start inhaling and exhaling into that twist. Staying nice and gentle, and remember, staying wherever you feel still supported without your hand, and just placing the hand behind to help open just the shoulder. So we're not depending on it from falling. Lessen your twist until you feel stable. And let's find that deep breath. Find your stillness where you connect. The next affirmation that you can say to yourself: I can transform anything negative into something helpful. I can transform anything negative into something helpful. And this is bringing that awareness that sometimes energy needs transformation to be released. Last night we talked about breathing and giving that energy space to dissolve. But sometimes we just need to transform our thought about what needs released, and then we can release it. I can transform anything negative into something helpful. Let's take 3 full breaths to finish off this pose. Last exhale, just appreciating all the transformation that happens in our bodies. We can help channel. Releasing right into our next pose, or if your hips need a break, please take it. And again, bringing that right knee, right on top of the left now. Feet to the outside. Again, grab if you'd like a pillow or cushion to give you some height under the hips to sit here, or sitting cross-legged with your feet reversed now. If you're in the full variation, go ahead, maybe play with pressing in the feet, wiggling the hips, finding both sit bones. Either placing the hands in the lap and staying right here, or taking that tuck of the chin down and just walking the hands out until we find our edge. Let that full Buddha belly relax as we breathe here. Maybe this is a challenging one for you and you can already see what your breath has brought you through. Keep breathing deep. Knowing that what is uncomfortable now might mean great freedom and healing later. That brings me right into our next affirmation. You can repeat to yourself, I am allowed to breathe a little bit deeper into this. I am allowed to breathe a little bit deeper into this. As our liver is so closely associated with our anger, we think about how scary that feeling of anger can sometimes be. And that tension in our body is maybe not from the anger or from the situation, but it is our fighting it, our unacceptance. Creates all that tension in the body that we associate with anger. You think of those moments and tell yourself, I am allowed to breathe a little bit deeper into this. As observers, we are safe to allow ourselves to feel everything completely. This is the difference between suppression and letting go truly. Remind ourselves that anger is as natural of a feeling as thirst or hunger. It's all about what you do with it. Let's say one more time, I am allowed to breathe a little deeper into this. And then let's take 3 last full breaths. After your exhale, gently walk the hands back, maybe all the way behind the shoulders to release the feet and the knees, and let the knees fall from side to side. And then we're going to come on down to our backs. So we're going to bring the soles of the feet together, the knees wide if you want to start the pose already, and then just allow yourself to fall on back. If this isn't too intense for your hips, you can place support underneath the thighs, or just let the hips fall open. Gently tuck the shoulders under and either bring your hands maybe right onto the hips if you'd like to, or bring them out and open. Allow the eyes to close. Connect with our breath again. Inhale, belly fills. Ribs all the way to our chest. Exhale, deflate the chest. Deflate the ribs. Deflate the belly. Again, inhale, fill the belly. Fill the ribs. Fill the chest. Exhale, deflate the chest. Deflate the ribs. Deflate the belly. Keep that rhythm going. And here we can remember the choice that we have to follow that frustration, that unacceptance. Or we choose to accept. We choose to feel, to observe, and release. Again, we accept, we feel, observe, and release. Bring your mind to stay on a breath, to stay in that sense of catching and releasing. And let's go ahead and take 3 full breaths together. After your exhale, maybe gently bring the knees up and together, just letting them rest to release the low back. Or maybe you'd like to gently draw the knees in towards the chest. Or maybe take a gentle happy baby here. We're getting ready to come into our final Shavasana. So any last movement that your body is calling for, go ahead and take that. And when you feel ready for stillness, we bring the feet long and wide and relaxed. Palms open and out. Maybe draw the shoulders down and away. Feel the neck be long. Inhale and exhale. Release into the mat. Taking a scan of any last unnecessary tension in the body. And let's come back to that feeling of how good it feels to let go. That feeling of release. Think of how light we feel, how clear we feel. Why did we ever hold on to anything that weighs us down? Connecting with our breath, just staying in that constant state of catching, exhale, releasing. Catching and releasing. Just you and your breath. Slowly, gently begin to bring some awareness back to the body. You are welcome to stay here as long as you like, knowing this is your time to take your time. Or we can begin to rock the head from side to side, or gently wiggle into the fingers and the toes. And when you feel ready, to gently roll onto your side. Keeping the eyes closed and that focus internal, let's take one more breath. And only when you feel ready to bring yourself back to seated, back to where we began. Take another moment just to stay in this moment, to embrace this feeling right now. To feel the body so relaxed and released, yet energy so light and open. Let's take an inhale together. Exhale, sigh it out. Do that one more time. Inhale together. Exhale, sigh it out. Bring the hands to heart. And thank yourself for removing the clutter from the body, mind, and spirit tonight. Namaste. Thank you again so much for joining tonight's yin class. Hope you enjoyed it and have a nice relaxing evening ahead of you. Last day of the retreat is tomorrow, so please join Kelly's class, 10 a.m. We'll see you then. Namaste.